Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm talking about the moon trine or sextile to Uranus in Synastry. So I'm starting my moon Uranus series, or I maybe already did the square, but starting with some more aspects here. So moon Uranus aspects in general are some of the most exciting contacts that you can get. But with the trine or the sextile, there's less hurt feelings on the part of the moon person, because the way that the Uranus person's impulsiveness or eccentric energy blends with the moon person's emotional self is actually harmonious. So it really allows for like an awakening of the moon person to higher frequencies, higher levels of feeling and openness, but without the jarring effect of the harsher aspects that can sometimes be more hurtful to the moon person. So, this aspect is great for fast friends. It really is actually an aspect of friendship. It's almost like it has the effect of even making the moon person overly chatty or friendly or just very emotionally open very quickly with the Uranus person. And then the Uranus person feels like, oh, this moon person is pretty open with me, and in turn they are open with them, and it ends up just being this very easy, close, friendly bond where one of my books says the moon person ends up just like rattling off their life story to the Uranus person without much getting to know each other first. That's something that's an element of Uranus synastry, is feeling really close, really fast friends. It is very attractive because Uranus is that feeling of exhilaration. And when it's Uranus moon, there's emotional exhilaration. So the moon person can really feel like they've found someone that is the most exciting person they've ever known, but not in such a way that's like they're unstable as much, because the trine and the sextile are more harmonious aspects. Now, that's not to say that the Uranus person still isn't more detached than the moon person. You're often going to see the Uranus person still playing out the Uranian role of being, less emotionally invested or more off and on, or less emotional and just more curious about the interaction with the moon person. Now, not to say that they're not emotionally involved, they definitely could be, but this is still a Uranian aspect, so you have to look at the rest of the synastry too, if there's more Saturn or more stable contacts, because this aspect won't make a relationship stable. It's still a Uranus aspect, so it's still going to be a more fun element, a more lighthearted relationship, a more even unconventional relationship. Even with the trine of the sextile, there's still something that's very different about this relationship, and that's what makes it so exciting. And it specifically is the moon person sensing in the Uranus person that they're almost like a vacation for them. They're like an exciting vacation to somewhere they've never traveled to before, but they know they're going to love. And they're on that plane ride and they're just exhilarated. They're just excited to interact with the moon person, or sorry, with the Uranus person, and they get the sense that their emotional experiences, their horizons are going to be broadened by that person. So it's very exciting. It can be very emotionally liberating for the moon person. So the Uranus person can teach the moon person how to detach from their emotions, how to, and sometimes it's going to be through, having to let them go, right? How to, not cling to people or situations. That can be something that the moon person learns from the Uranus person, is how to be more detached in love, or because there is still the sense, even with the trine or sextile, that like the moon person can't own the Uranus person. They can't like dig their heels in and just keep them, right? They have to love the Uranus person for who they are and all their eccentric qualities and their individuality, and let them be free. And when you let them be free, they come back, right? So that's kind of classic Uranus synastry, really, in any level. With the trine or sextile, though, there's less hurt in doing that. There still is that element of freedom, but like the moon person isn't so hurt about it. They get it. They get the lesson easier with these easier aspects. And it still can be a long term committed relationship. It's a very good aspect. It's a very exciting, fun aspect where we get really close really fast. We learn a lot. We don't have this barrier to expressing our true selves, our emotional selves. And you can really see the inner child come out to play in this relationship. It's a very inner child active connection, especially for the moon person. They can feel all giddy and yeah, like they get to express their moon, their inner child, their feminine qualities in a very open way with this Uranus person, and they definitely learn something from them. And the Uranus person is getting a lot out of this too. It's not just one way. The Uranus person is also learning about themselves, and they can feel really seen by the moon person. They can feel like that moon person accepts them for who they are in all their quirkiness and all their weirdness and all their, contrarian energy, that whatever their Uranus sign, whatever that, unique individuality expression is, because Uranus is where you do not give a fuck, right? So sorry to say it like that, but that's just how it came up. But and so the Uranus person can really feel like, oh, with the moon person, I can really be myself. And actually, the more that I be myself, the more that she likes me, or the more that he likes me when I'm myself. And that is a great feeling to have in a love relationship, in a friendship, to feel like the more you are, the more out there you are, the more you're loved. You are loved for your weirdness in this aspect. So it's a really nice one. And yeah, I'll get to the other moon Uranus aspects too. I know they've all been requested. So yeah, thank you so much for your requests, you guys. Keep them coming, and we'll talk soon. Bye.